Back in 1970, on the way to play a game against Utah State, a plane carrying the Wichita State football team tragically crashed and left most of the team dead. And today, I'm going to restore the WSU football team over 50 years later and try to win a national championship. For the entirety of this rebuild, I'm going to be on Heisman difficulty with auto player progression. Because we are just starting up the program again, we do not have that many players on the team. We only have about 40 players on our team. And as you can see, the highest player is a punter. We do not have many high overalls, and it drops off pretty quickly. Just like Wichita State does in basketball, we will also be playing in the American. As you can see, we just signed a 4-star QB, hopefully the QB of the future, Ramon Cabrera out of Arlington, Texas. We've also signed 2 3-star wide receivers to try to help him out. And we are also leading on this 4-star running back, as long as leading with a lot of other players. We hit a deal breaker for this player, but we might still be able to get him, I'm not sure. Other than that, we're getting close to getting a lot more commits out of a lot of 3-stars. Our season, though, not exactly going the greatest. We're 1-6. Something I can at least say, though, at least we are close in these games. Lost by 7 there. Lost to Vanderbilt by 20, but they were ranked when we played there. 2-4 now. Not as good as we were hoping they would be. But lost to East Carolina by 3. North Texas by 6. Temple a little bit more. Navy by 3. We are in these games, we just aren't quite winning them. This game against Army will be one of the ones that we played this year. I think it's a good time to show you our unis. All black home uniforms, all white away uniforms. Have this nice yellow alternate with the W logo. These throwback ones. And then the all grays, probably my favorite uniforms out of them all. We find ourselves down 11-0 here in the 4th quarter. Not exactly where we want to be. We have X wide open. And that's going to be a good play for a first down. We find ourselves in yet another 3rd down situation here. 3rd and 12. Hoping to not get forced to punt or something here. He broke a tackle, but we only got 3. Not a ton of time left. We have to go for this one. No one's really open. Maybe my running back can get there. He got there. Let's go. Oh, and he's still going. Inside the 20. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We got back on the ball fast. Looks like we have a giant hole in the middle. We do. It's going to be a good run. First down to the 6-yard line. Back on the ball again. B's open. And it's a touchdown. We are back in this game. Now we have a chance to bring this down to a 3-point game. Slot receiver open. 2-point conversion is good. It's Army. We have to assume it's going to be a run here. It's a pass. Good wrap-up tackle. 3rd and 4. We need to get off the field here. QB run. We're going to bottle them up. 4th down. We're going to get off the field. Offense with the ball back. A chance to go down the field and take a lead. Get our 2nd win of the season. We ran into our own lineman. That would have been good for a lot more. We have press coverage on the outside. There's safety help over there. We're not going to be able to take it. Roll out of the pocket. We've got Y. Down the field. Caught. Ivy. Juke. Inside the 20. We are in position to take the lead here. We're just letting the clock tick down right now. Don't want Army to have time to strike back when we do eventually score. We do have to find a way to get in the end zone first. Bowers has some legs. 3rd and inches, we do have to run a play before the 2-minute warning. Gonna run the RPO, and it is a first down, I believe. Yep, 1st and goal. Gonna keep the ball on the ground here, try to keep the clock ticking. We have a hole down to the 1-yard line. Down under 40 seconds. If we get a touchdown here, it's probably game over. Slot receiver open, and it's a touchdown. We take the lead late. Not a lot of time left for Army. Their offense is not built to go down the field fast. So they got a little bit closer than I would have liked. They're at the 27 right now. 3 seconds left. This is their last chance. Have to throw one up to the end zone. We got guys there. He almost got that. Not a great stat line from our senior QB, Joe Bowers. But he did show up when we needed it most. And with that win, we were able to get a commit from a right tackle and another wide receiver. After taking down Army, we did come back and lose another close game against Rice. But we did in fact sign the 4-star running back Pierre Beard and a couple of linebackers, which any position helps at this point when we only have 40 players on our team. And we just signed another 4-star, this time Joe Meredith, a corner out of Mission, Kansas. Never heard of it. This is how we know our year is not going well, when we lose to FCS East. And though we may be 2-8, I'm hopping into this game against Tulane because I want to see if we can beat a ranked opponent. It's not been a great start for us here. We're down 21-3, but with the ball, hopefully we can go down and make it a 2-possession game. It's a good start by Collins. Deep pass to our tight end is going to be caught. First down. Gonna try to put it back through the air again. We're gonna have room with Garnett though. Big run for Garnett inside the 15. Looking to hit our running back on the angle route. Have to get it out quick with the blitz. Solid game. We're gonna try this little halfback swing pass here. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work pretty well though. And that's a touchdown, bringing it back to an 11-point game. Our defense got us a quick stop, and all of a sudden we might be able to make this I did not see that guy. That big shocker logo in the middle kind of like disguises people, I'm not gonna lie. We have the ball back at the 2, but they're in 3. They have 3 guys back. We should be able to run it on this, I think. That's just not good. This game was looking so promising, and then it got so much worse. We do have a guy deep down. And it's caught! What a catch! Hurry it up. We're looking for another big play downfield, running verticals. I probably had Y in the seam. I didn't throw it though. That might be the slowest spin move I've ever seen. I think we have numbers to run this up the middle. We have some wheels on our QB. That's a first down. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y looks like he should be wide open here. Cooks, get open for me. He is. Quick throw. We've gotten ourselves into a 4th and 2 situation. Do not trust our offensive line at all. Will not run this ball. The quick slants have been working for us. There's a flag though. That's better not be. Oh, it's on us. Well, 4th and 12. Don't have much hope of converting this one. Just throw it up. Oh, that's a bad throw. Well, that is game. I was really hoping we'd have a chance to beat a ranked opponent, but this year was not the year. You know, our on-field results might not be going that well, but at least recruiting is. We have 11 commits already, and we are in the running for one of the top classes in the country. We are ranked 10th in recruiting this year. Our final game that we're going to be playing in this year is our rivals, Tulsa. Well, this game hasn't exactly been going to plan so far. Down 27-0. Offense has not gotten anything going whatsoever. And I mean, at least that's a completion. I think I've discovered in this offense we operate best when our QB is using his legs a little bit. It's a first down. But we aren't establishing anything for next year very well, because 4th and 6. I have to find something to keep this drive alive. We have our running back though, Collins, and that's going to be a... What a play by Collins. That's a first down. Even though Collins just made that big play, it has not been working for him on the ground today. Only 17 carries for 35 yards, I think it said. 4th and inches. Can we keep the drive alive? Run it. Oh no. And that's how it ended. 27-0. Not a great showing for the offense. So looking at our season stats here, neither of our quarterbacks did too great. Out of Garnett, 1 touchdown and 2 picks, and out of Bauer, 13 touchdowns, 7 picks. Running Collins actually had a pretty solid year, 919 yards, 5 touchdowns. I would be excited about this redshirt freshman getting 5.5 sacks if he wasn't going to transfer because he's a championship contender after this year. This junior safety will be sticking around for one more year though, because we do meet his brand exposure needs. It does appear though that Will, that got 5.5 sacks, will not be leaving this year. We ended up getting this freshman right tackle to stay. All these other guys are leaving, but none of them are too good, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. All in all, only 5 transfers isn't that bad. We do have some corners with interest and coming to play for us, which is really nice. We also have a junior wide receiver interested. In the portal, we are ending up going after 4 different 4-stars and then 4 3-stars. And after off-season recruiting, we ended up signing 33 guys, a pretty full class. I was good enough for the 27th class in the nation with 6 4-stars and 27 3-stars. And we had the second best class in all of the American, 1 spot behind Tulane. And that 4-star QB we signed has star development. That 4-star QB is going to come in at 75 overall, which is huge because we only had one other QB in our QB room and he was a 66 overall. And in training results, our corner that we signed out of the transfer portal is up to a 91. One of our receivers is up to an 89. Another one of our corners is up to an 89. Collins is up to an 82, and then there's a big drop off after that. Our wide receiver room actually isn't looking too bad this year. This year we're being a little bit more ambitious. We have a total of 6 4-stars on our board. I'm assuming we're probably not going to land all of them, but hopefully we can land at least half of them. Again, our non-conference schedule is not amazing. We're playing at Penn State. Other than that, our schedule doesn't look too bad. No ranked opponents on here. Well, we're already doing better than last year. We have 3 wins, 1 more than we did last year. Went over FCS East, James Madison, and Navy. Handled James Madison and Navy pretty easily. FCS East was our closest game somehow. But now we play Memphis, and we have 3 visits this week. Each of these 3 guys are visiting. I'd assume if we lose, we don't get the safety. If we win, we do. We're here in the 4th quarter, down by 3, 3rd down opportunity to get off the field. Be huge if we could. Nowhere to go with the ball. That's a sack. We're gonna get the ball back, forcing Memphis to punt. I just realized our starting QB wasn't in. He's a torn hamstring. It's definitely not ideal that we have our backup in. So we're gonna have to lean on our run game a little bit more with Collins, and that's a good run for a 1st down. We're gonna try the RPO here. We're gonna have our tight end, I believe. And he spins out of 1 tackle. That's a 6-yard gain. Here we are, 3rd and 4. Would preferably like to not have to go for it on 4th down. Have 1-on-1 with our receiver out there. I don't know if we're gonna have it though. And there's going to be holding. Memphis chose to take the 4th and 4. I do not trust our kicker in this situation. I think our kicker actually probably could hit it, but I just don't trust it. Or I don't trust myself, I should say. But we got the 1st down. We do have to remember we have the transfer receiver Williams over there on the left side. Not going to be able to hit him here. Just have to check it down. We're again in a 3rd down situation. Again, I don't want to go for it on 4th down. We have our receiver over the middle. 4th and 1, coming out in goal line. We should be able to get this. They're in a weaker formation than we are, and we can't get it. That's not good. Our defense is going to have to come up with a huge stop here. Motion from the tight end over to the left side of the formation. It's going to be a run. Read option. And we are not there, and he's going to take it to the house. No, he's not. We catch him. Preferably would not like to have that happen again. An RPO. And he's going to get the 1st. Bringing everyone down to the line here. Trying to get a negative play. That's not it. And he's going to take it inside the 5. Again, going to send an all-out blitz here. Try to stop the run. We do that time. Second and goal, they're going to throw it. Their running back's open. Stop him. We just got trucked. That's crazy. Well, with 3:26 left, did not want to be down by 10. That's a good throw, though. We're just going to keep ourselves out here in 5 wide. See what happens. We have a seam route here. I don't even know how to say his last name, but he is going to go for a big gain down to the 29. All go here. Have press coverage on my receiver out there. He's going to beat the press. It's a bad throw. It's a bad throw. He was open. That might be the worst throw I've ever seen. We had him and our QB just missed inside, which is the one thing you can't do. I guess it's not over till it's over. And he's going to spin out of another tackle that's become pretty frequent. Well, we're at 3rd and 10 here. I mean, if we get a stop here, I guess there's a tiny bit of hope. Get a sack. That's an incompletion. We save a timeout. That's huge. We have the ball back. If we can get a quick score, we do, in fact, still have a chance. Have to throw that one down to our running back for a first. See, what I really want to do here is get Williams open. He's our best receiving threat. Can we throw that high? Yes, we can. What a throw for the first down. I think that has to be our game plan. Get the ball to our number one guy. I think we have him here. Yes, we do. Get out of bounds. I'm not sure if he did, in fact, did not get out of bounds. Oh, I think we got our tight end and we missed the throw. Well, it's 4th and 10 here. I'm hoping maybe I can get one-on-one coverage with with Williams out there. Throw a comeback. I think I can. And we catch it for the touchdown. There is a tiny bit of hope left. We're going to try for the onside. I don't know if it... I mean, I guess if we can get it back, it'll help our chances, but... We almost got that, actually. They are going to take a knee. That might mean it's game. It is. Well, we fall short against Memphis. Hopefully that doesn't hurt our recruiting too much. With the loss, we are still able to get the commit out of the 4-star free safety. This week against North Texas, we do have 3 more 4-star visits. And again, it'd be huge to get a win. Well, again, we are not doing the greatest when we come into the game in the 4th quarter. We're down 15-0. The offense hasn't had much. It doesn't help that our QB who we had at the start of the year that we recruited, the 4-star, is not playing because he has a torn hamstring. I'm going to try a little trickery with the halfback direct snap. We have a little bit of room. Collins gets out of there. And he's going to take it to the house. That's a touchdown. We needed that one. We're going to go ahead and go for the 2-point conversion. See if we can bring it to a 7-point game. I thought we had him. We definitely didn't. If we're able to get a couple stops with our defense, we are definitely still in this game. And we have a chance to win the screen pass. We aren't able to get out there. That's a first. Oh, I thought we had a guy there. We definitely didn't. North Texas has been running hurry up on us. Let's see if we can get a stop because they take less time, but if we can't get a stop, then it doesn't really mean anything. Again, we're gonna bring pressure. Screen pass. And we don't have anyone there. We need our defense to come up with a huge stop. We need a negative play. And that's just not a negative play. We need a red zone stop here if we want a chance at this game. Motion the tight end over to run up the middle. We're there. 3rd down. Again, they go no huddle. Looks like a pass play. We're gonna get there. It's a fumble. Get on top of that. Yes! We get the ball back. Our defense came up huge. Can our offense capitalize? Have our receiver open underneath. Was a bad throw, but we still get it. 1st down, 15-yard gain. We're trying for our tight end deep down the field. It's caught. Big gain. Down to the 34. Just like North Texas, we've been running no huddle. Tight end wide open over the middle of the field. 15-yard gain for another 1st down. We've been moving ourselves down the field pretty well here. Have our tight end open. Can he get in? No, he can't. Down inside the 5, though. Been all through the air on this drive. We're going to try to hand it off. Get the easy touchdown. And we can with Collins. Wichita State with a chance to get off the field here. 2nd and 10. If we get the ball back to our offense, we have a good chance of winning this game. We just need to get into field goal range. They're running clock on us. We finally get the snap. It's a draw. He breaks a tackle and gets about 8. We're getting a passing formation. Oh, it's a run up the middle, though I wasn't expecting it. And that is not good for our chances of winning. Again, we're sending the heat, trying to get a stop in the backfield, stop the run. And this time we do. Trying to bring everyone up inside the box, stop the run. We know it's coming. And we just aren't there. Assume we're going to get another run here. Have 8 guys in the box. We're there. Breaks a tackle, but we still get the stop. North Texas is going to take the field goal here. If they make it, we still have a good chance. We can go down the field in a minute and win the game with a touchdown. No timeouts, 55 seconds left. Can the true freshman take us down the field on a game-winning drive? Our wide receivers open on the RPO to start us out. Good play. First down. We're starting to feel the pressure here. The clock's ticking away. Only 36 seconds left. Have Y over the middle. Over the middle is not exactly what we want, but if it's there, we have to take it on third down. I'm just waiting to see if we ever get a chance. Oh, we get taken down. That's not good. All we have is an RPO alert bubble play out of this formation. This is not good. Get a first. We need it. Oh no. And this is not ideal. Our best receiver is not on the field because he's tired from all the no huddle we've been running. Hopefully one of our guys can still win on the outside, and he did, but it's a bad throw. I'm about done with this quarterback. I want my 4-star back. Well, even with losing 2 visit weeks, we have 3 4-stars that are already committed to us. We have a lot of close battles here. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to pull them out or not, but recruiting is not going too bad, even though we've lost our visit weeks. And we just got a commit from another 4-star corner. We just pulled off a win over USF, meaning that we are 6-4 and bowl eligible. We've had massive improvement from last season. We have lost a couple of our 4-stars, but we did sign 4 4-stars so far, which is huge. Now we're playing Tulsa. Normally I'd jump in, but they're 1-10, so I'm not too worried about it. Well, it turns out we lost to Tulsa 27-21, so I don't really know what happened. They're 2-10 now. That was their only win inside the conference. We finished out our year with a 34-23 win over UConn. So a year after going 2-10, we are now 7-5 and bowl eligible. And we are going to be playing in the Myrtle Beach Bowl against Arkansas State. This should be a very winnable bowl game. On early National Signing Day, these 4-stars, impact for the free safety, star for this corner has normal. Elite development for the edge. We are down 6 when I hop into this game in the 4th quarter. Man coverage, we have our running back open. First down for Collins. And it was about time our QB that has been hurt like all year is finally back. And he's made a couple checkdowns here. He does have 3 interceptions in this game though. But he's gonna make that throw to our tight end down inside the 10. Gotta try to pass it now. Not much there, but Cabrera can run it in for the touchdown. We have taken a lead in this game. I think if we can get 1 stop here on defense, this game is over. But as we've seen so far throughout this video, our defense has not been great. Great coverage there. He does find a guy though underneath. 3rd and 1. We're selling out for the run here, bringing pressure. It is going to be a run, and we don't have guys there though. It's going to be another handoff. No, it's a read option. Absolutely no one out there. We were able to hold them to a 2-yard loss on 1st down. On 2nd down, we need to hold them to less than 5, make it 3rd and long. And we're going to be able to do just that, 3rd and 8. 3rd down for our defense now. Can we hold strong? He has absolutely nothing. Oh my. My eyes came down to the QB. I thought he was going to run it. Well, our defense once again has their back against the wall. And that's just... I'm sending a blitz. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Gonna try to send another blitz here. I mean, it hasn't really been doing anything, but it does work there. We're again gonna bring pressure, because why not? It's gonna be another run. We're there. No, we aren't. Oh, and he's running backwards now. That's a big loss. 3rd and goal from the 18. What are they gonna do here? 3rd and long. Nowhere near the goal line. We are gonna force them to kick a field goal here. Our offense is only gonna need to get into field goal range for us to win this game. I've liked what I've been seeing out of the former 4-star in this game. Can he continue to do what he's been doing? That's a good throw over the middle, 1st down. We have press coverage on the outside against that receiver we got out of the portal last year. He does not get open, but our running back Collins does. He breaks a tackle, 1st down, 15-yard gain. We do have press coverage on the outside. I think they're going to send a blitz here. Oh, he didn't get open. I thought he was going to. He caught it! Touchdown! Touchdown, what a catch! And that is why we got him out of the portal, to make plays like that. We just saw a clutch connection from our QB and our wide receiver. Can our defense do its part? Hold them out of the end zone. We get a sack. 3rd and 12. The clock continues to tick down. He doesn't have anything here. Oh, he throws it to his check down. We make the tackle, though, short of the first down. The clock's still running. They're running no huddle. Now they take the timeout. 4th and 5 for Arkansas State. Has absolutely nothing. Throws it deep. And it's incomplete. We are gonna win the bowl game. And WSU wins the Myrtle Beach Bowl in our 2nd year. This year, though, we are not gonna be so lucky. We have a lot more players headed to the portal, including a few freshmen. Well, we've at least been able to get these 2 freshmen to stay. We got our 2 freshmen to stay, but we weren't so lucky with our higher overall players. And this year we had 3 players drafted. They're all the players that we got out of the portal. 2 corners and a wide receiver. Alright, so once again we signed a very big class, 32 players. Not quite as highly ranked this time. Let's scroll down a little bit. The 28th best class, 6 4-stars, 26 3-stars. This time it will be the best in the American. Tulane didn't beat us this time. So this QB is actually going to be better off at tight end. So I'm going to put him out at tight end, because he's going to be the fastest and the highest overall tight end that we have. So after training results, we have a couple of really good players here at the top in the secondary. But then again, it drops off really quick after that. But QB Cabrera seemed to progress pretty well. He has a lot of room to improve on his accuracy. Can get some better throw power, which is good. This running back that we got in our first year as a 4-star has progressed up to an 81, but his deal breaker of brand exposure is not being met, unfortunately. So he might leave after this year. We have really added numbers to this team. We had about 40 players to start out year 1. Now we are up to 72. I was going through setting our red shirts, and I have no idea how this happened, but we ended up with an 89 overall halfback. I was going after this guy in the portal, but then we lost the battle to Michigan, and somehow he ended up on our team. I'm not complaining, but I don't know how it happened. And I swear our schedule keeps getting harder every year in non-conference, playing at Miami this year. This year, on top of our board, we have a 4-star wide receiver, Adonis Wormsley, 88 speed with 2 abilities already, coming in as a true freshman. And right behind him, we have a corner with 91 speed and gold quick jump from the start. Then we also have a 4-star Sam linebacker and 2 good safeties, one of them being a 91 speed gem. At the start of the new year, we are up to an 82 overall. We're going to be one of the best teams in the American, hopefully. And this might be the first year where we can really contend for an American championship. Well, it's not been a great start to the year. We had 2 guys scheduled for week 4, and we were playing South Florida. We were about 20 overalls better, and we lost. So we're probably going to lose both those recruiting battles now. And I really don't know how that happened. Lost to Maryland by 1. We scored 10 points. Oh, that's bad. We have another big visit week this week. We have both this 4-star wide receiver and this linebacker coming. The season's just not going great. We're 2-3 right now, 0-2 in the conference. It's just not looking great. Lost to Temple 30-23. It's just, I don't know at this point what's happening. And to make things worse, UAB is 4-1. It's going to be a tough game. It feels like for the first time in this rebuild, we are in the 4th quarter with a comfortable lead. We're on defense, 3rd and 8. It's got absolutely nothing. That's a sack. And I don't know if you saw it before that play, but our stadium pulse was pumping. We were ranked 18th in the nation somehow for our crowd. I don't know how that happened. You can see in the top right corner, ranked number 18. The crowd is loud. 4th and 13. 4 verticals. Absolutely nothing. Throws it to the end zone. And we're there. We're there. we make the play and they still score. I don't know what else we're supposed to do there. Now they're going for 2. Be nice if we can keep them out here. We can. We're still up by a touchdown. And this may have something to do with why our season hasn't been going so great. Our backup QB is in again. I mean, that's a nice little play he made right there, though. Ramon Cabrera has a foot fracture. Luckily, it is only week to week, so he should be back very soon. Just gonna let this clock tick for as long as possible, then throw the screen out here to Cypress. He's got room to run down to around the 35. We want to take away as much time as possible. So even if we don't score, UAB doesn't have much time left. We're looking pretty good right now, though. We are moving the ball really well. Gonna have another handoff here to Williams. And he's out. Down to the 7. Inside the 10 now, under 3.5 minutes to go. We're looking pretty good. Our tight end's wide open. He was a quarterback and we switched him to tight end. Sue for the touchdown. And we were able to hold on to our lead the rest of the way. We were actually able to score another touchdown. Kennedy actually played pretty well, 4 touchdowns from him. And after those visits, we get a commit out of the wide receiver. And we get D-tackle commit too. He wasn't on a visit, but we still got a commit. That's good to see. So we are at a big turning point in our season. We're 4-4 right now. We're playing our rival Tulsa, who's 4-5. We win this game, we have a good chance at bowl eligibility. If we lose, then maybe not so much. Recruiting wise, we're doing okay. We've only signed or had 4 commits. 3 of them are 4 stars, and we're leading on this 4-star linebacker right now. But we've had a lot of losses. Well, we're out here in the 4th quarter, and we have handled business out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is actually our first chance to get to see these road whites, because all our other games have been at home. But the offense has been doing its job. The defense has been doing its job. It's really been a pretty good all-around performance here. That's a nice play. And before the game was over, we were able to add on one more score, but a 38-0 win after Tulsa has beaten us the last 2 years really feels good. It was a really disappointing end to the year. We finished out with 2 straight losses to teams that we definitely could have been, especially East Carolina. I don't know how that happened. They're 4-8. Tulsa beat Florida Atlantic. Yeah, we just dropped a lot of games. I don't think we should have this year. I don't really know what was up with that. Maybe it's our playbook, something I might have to try to change that. We'll see. And even though we got 6 wins, somehow we ended up not getting a bowl game, which is not going to help any of our school grades at all, which sucks. But I don't know, sometimes in this game you don't get a bowl game when you get 6 wins. Recruiting this year also just has not been that great. We only have got 5 guys signed right now, and they're all impact or normal. So in our school grade screen every week, I've seen a lot of people be mad about our brand exposure. So I'm kind of worried to see this. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. If a guy's leaving for the draft, this back that's trying to leave for brand exposure, I really hope he doesn't. He does. Corner that I hope stays. He doesn't. Yeah, so brand exposure is a real issue. We were able to get this free safety to stay, which is nice. Well, at least we were able to get a corner, a safety, and a halfback drafted, so that helps something. Our pro potential grades a little bit. Well, the recruiting class ended up being a little bit smaller this year. Only 28 guys. But we were able to get a 4-star in the portal. He's only impact though. Our class isn't going to be ranked nearly as high this year. It is 32nd. It is highest in the American. But I still wish we would have done better in recruiting this year. So after training results, Cabrera is now our highest overall player at an 87. And I mean, he still has a lot of room to improve for his senior year. He's only a junior. So by his senior year, he should be really, really good. Our halfback room is kind of lacking, especially in the speed department. Our fastest guy is 85 speed, which I'm not super excited about. Our wide receivers don't have a ton of speed either. We do have some guys with some speed, but definitely could be better. All right, so on our board for next year, we have 8 4-stars, and 3 of those are gems. This running back, I'm hoping we can sign him and he'll be really good. He has 88 speed. This corner has 93 speed, 94 excel. He could be potentially elite development, I believe. So hopefully you can land some of these guys, at least half of them. And then I think we'll have a good starting point for next year. And once again, we have a top 10 team scheduled in our non-conference games. But Pittsburgh is a little bit more manageable than Penn State or Miami, which we've had in the previous years. So I think this could be a big ranked win for us. We started the year off well with a win, 41-35 against Coastal Carolina, but now we take on number 10 Pittsburgh. And this is a very winnable game for us. We're only 3 overalls worse than them, so we're going to hop in, see if we can get a ranked win on the road. In the fourth quarter now, we're not doing amazing, but we are still in the game. Cabrera's going to have room to step up and run for a big gain there on third down. We're gonna hurry it up here. Try a little handoff. Our running back room, we have to remember, is not nearly as good as it's been in previous years. We don't have much speed back there, which is why we're gonna put it back through the air here, dump it down to the running back inside the 10. Third and goal from the 10. I'd at least like to get half of it here, give ourselves a chance if we need to go for it on fourth down, but I don't think we're gonna need to, because that's a touchdown. 1 possession game. Well, so much for that. We Pitt challenged it, and apparently he wasn't in. So we're gonna have to go for it here on fourth down. We're just gonna have to run it with Cabrera, and he's in. Doesn't matter, we still get the touchdown. It's gonna be a handoff here. We have absolutely no one on the outside, and it's a big run, not how we want to start the drive. You're going to go through the air here, and they beat the cover 2 really easily. 3rd and 7 now. We need our defense to stand strong, hopefully keep them out of field goal range. And we're going to get the sack and do just that. Pitt is still going to try the field goal here, 57-yarder. I don't think he can make it. Oh, he might be able to make it. He did. That's crazy. Well, that's just going to make it that much tougher to pull this game out. Down by 10. We're going to need something. The RPO is there. Up to the 47. Potentially try to take a deep shot here. It's not there. We're just going to throw it out to our tight end. Solid gain. Looks like we're going to have man-on-man coverage here. Slot receiver wide open. It's going to be a big play over the middle of the field. And he's going to get all the way into the end zone. Big play for a touchdown. Wichita State wasn't going to go away that easily. We're back in this game. Only down 3. Need a stop here, though. It's a good way to start it. Delayed handoff to the running back. And we're going to stop him short. 3rd and 5. It'd be really nice to give ourselves a chance to take the lead on offense here by getting off the field on 3rd down. Pitt's trying to run this clock a little bit. It's going to be a pass. And they have a guy underneath. It's a fumble! Pick it up. Yes! Take it to the house! And he is gone. That's a touchdown. Wichita State takes the lead. And just like that, WSU has a lead on number 10 Pitt on the road. Gonna need our defense to show up once again here to get the win. It's a decent way to start it. It's gonna be a direct snap to the running back, and he has room on the outside there. 2nd down, now they're gonna hand it off, and we're there. We're going to leave them with a 3rd and 1. But not be surprised if they try to run this ball again. They do. And we are there for the stop. 4th down. 4th down. What is Pitt going to do? They're going to throw the ball. And that's a big hit to force the incompletion. With 1 minute and 25 seconds left in this game, all we have to do is run this clock out now. And that's a good gain on 1st down. The 1st down here would end it. We're going to throw it out to our tight end. And we're going to get the first, but there's a penalty. We got the 1st down to end it, but there was a holding penalty. So now back at 2nd and 13. We need half of it here. Going to throw it underneath. We complete it. Still going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and 10 would preferably like to not give this ball back to Pitt. We're going to throw it underneath once again, and we're just not going to get there. It's probably the one of the few times in one of my videos where you'll ever see me punt, but I think this situation you kind of have to. And that's not a good punt either. That was really not a good punt. Well, our defense is going to have to come up with a big stop once again. They've been very good in this game. Just need them to be great for us one more time. After that last play, they chose to spike the ball for some reason. So now we're at 3rd and 4. Trying to get off the field. It's a short pass and he runs out of bounds. 4th down. We're going to try a little bit of man coverage here. Can we get the stop on 4th down to end the game? It's an RPO, wasn't expecting it. And he's got room to run. 28 seconds left, but more importantly, Pitt is facing a 3rd down. They don't have much here. And he has to throw it away, 4th down. We have forced Pitt to be at a 4th and 10 with 24 seconds left. If we can get a stop here, that'll be game. Defense has been huge all day. Can we get one more stop? They throw it deep. We have 2 guys back there. And it's caught. It's caught. And with 11 seconds left, Pitt inside the 5. We went from being in a very good position in this game to being in a very bad one. That's an incompletion though. If we can get a tackle inbounds here, it will end the game. But we are not exactly in the greatest spot. He's open, but it's an incompletion. They're coming out in I form here for some reason. We'll see what they end up going with. It's going to be play action. We get there, get a stop to end the game. We get the top 10 upset on the road. Pretty solid day passing from Ramon Cabrera. 17 for 25, 205 and a touchdown. Defensively, we came up huge though. 4 sacks, no picks, but we did just enough to pull out the win. I haven't really been showing it much, but I've been putting all our skill points in the recruiter tree. We're 1 upgrade away from getting the offseason boost on receivers, and then we'll go to linebackers, and then from there, I'm probably going to go to tactician. And after that game against Pittsburgh, we have continued to roll, sitting at 5-0 and 3rd in the American. We got a bit easy win over FCS East, then pretty easy win over Buffalo, and a comfortable win over UTSA. Now facing North Texas. We have 4 visits scheduled for this week for 4 stars, for a halfback, strong safety, center, and corner. And they're going to be pretty important. So we're going to hop into this one and see if we can get a win against North Texas. Well, we're in here in the 4th quarter, facing a 3rd and 7. But other than that, things have been going pretty well. We've put up 38 points on offense. Our defense has given up 22, but when you score 38, it doesn't really matter. We are facing a 3rd and 8 here, though. It would be nice to convert, and we have our tight end wide open for the 1st. And we handled the rest of the game pretty easily. Ended up winning 45-22. Ramon Cabrera with a good game, 4 touchdowns. And with that win over North Texas, we were able to pull in the halfback, the center, and that's it. But we also gained on this corner. And after our most recent win over Charlotte, we are now on top of the American Conference at 7-0 and 3-0 in the conference. And now we have yet another very big game against 6-1 UAB. We're bringing 4 recruits on a visit this week, so it's huge that we win. Unfortunately, though, as of right now, we are down 17-7. But we're trying to drive down the field, and what a cut to get the 1st. We do have our tight end open down the field. He beat the defense. That's a big play. We're going to keep it through the air here. We do have our wide receiver open over the middle of the field, and we're at 3rd and inches. Well, they're coming out on goal line here on 3rd and inches, and I think we should be able to throw it to our inside receiver here on the zig. We can. Weren't able to get more, though. On 3rd and 2 now, we're going for the RPO to try to get the 1st. We are going to have our tight end out there. He's going to have a good gain down to about the 12. It looks like we're going to have numbers in the box here. Hat on a hat. Just going to run it straight up the gut with our QB, and he gets in for the touchdown. He has found their way down the field very quickly here. Already at the 35. Yeah, need some resistance from our defense here. That's a 1st. Maybe he's trying to run down the clock now, expecting a run. So we're bringing a bit of a blitz. And they get a few out of it. We're going to need our defense to hold strong here and hold them to a field goal if we want a chance to win the game, and that's a good way to start. What? How do you break that? Gonna see another run here. And we get him in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. We're just putting everyone back here in zones. Hopefully we can get a stop on 3rd and long. And we do. If we can just drive down the field, a touchdown will win it. And that receiver, that DB ran the route for us. That's not great. And he's going to take it to the house too. Well, that's game. We were able to go down the field and score a touchdown, but we just didn't have enough time left. We had to kick an onside and it didn't work out. Even with the loss, though, we were able to get a commit from a strong safety, so that's huge. We were able to bounce back from that loss to UAB, at least, who is now ranked 25th in the country, with a 50-7 win over Memphis. We went off. I saw that we had 5 touchdowns from Ramon Cabrera. Huge game. And with another win, this time over Florida Atlantic, we are now ranked inside the top 25, second in the American, I believe only behind UAB. And if we win out these last 2 games, we might have a chance at the college football playoff this year. With 1 game left in the regular season against East Carolina, we have a good chance of making it to the conference championship. So that is why we're going to hop into this one on the road. Probably for a college football playoff spot and a spot in the American Championship. With limited time left in the 4th quarter, 2:55, facing a 3rd and 5, we are down by 3 in this game. Huge play for our offense. And we're going to try to take it up the middle, and he breaks a tackle for the 1st down. What a play by Ramon Cabrera. Going to take away as much of this clock as possible. It doesn't matter, though, because we're just going to score a touchdown there. With under 2 minutes left in this game, we have a big 3rd and 3 play here. They're throwing it deep, and it's going to be batted away. Incomplete pass. East Carolina will be going for it, though, here on 4th and 3. They throw it deep again, and we're there for the incompletion. This game is not over yet, though. We have 1:40. East Carolina has 3 timeouts, but with that run, it will be over. What a run. I thought that last run was going to end it, but I don't think it did, and we just lost yards there. So here we are out in 5 wide. I think our slot receiver is going to be open. He is. We complete the pass for a touchdown, and that will be game. And we are going to be headed to the American Championship with a 28-17 win over East Carolina. And in the American Championship, we will be getting our rematch against UAB. I think now is a good time to check in on how our recruiting's been going. We're able to get this gem 4-star running back and this gem 4-star linebacker. And that we've gotten a total of 6 4-star commits. Looks like we're going to lose this 4-star to Oregon. And this is going to be a close battle with Nebraska. And we have a pretty big lead on this tackle. And this corner we're doing pretty well on. As you can see, I've added a few more 4-stars that originally didn't have anyone else going after them. And if you look at the top 25, there is no guarantee that we make the college football playoff because Florida International is ahead of us right now. So if we want any chance, we do have to win, but even then, we still might not make the college football playoff this year. And here in the 4th quarter of this conference championship game, we are in a position to get our revenge on UAB, up 31-7. And that's a good rundown inside the 10. And with the score here on this play, we should be able to call this game, and this American Championship will be ours. We did end up giving UAB one more garbage time score, but a 38-14 win. Pretty convincing, and we might have a chance to make the college football playoff. This QB from Clemson ended up winning the Heisman. And the moment of truth, we did not make the college football playoff for playing the Armed Forces Bowl. FIU ended up winning their conference championship game, and they stayed 2 spots ahead of us, knocking us out of the college football playoff. On national signing, though, this gem running back has elite development. In his junior year, Ramon Cabrera had a pretty solid year, 68% completion percentage, 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. He also added an extra 463 yards on the ground and 10 touchdowns. Juwan Fontuz, the redshirt freshman, 840 yards, 7 touchdowns. We also got 11 touchdowns out of our backup running back. Receiving-wise, it wasn't that crazy. None went over 1,000 yards. But Kingston Jones did lead the way. He will be leaving us next year, though, as he's a senior. Tavares Addington led the way for our defensive line with 9 sacks. He might leave next year, though. We don't have the brand exposure he wants. And then 7.5 from Miles Wanham. He should stick around, at least. Now we're going to play against Texas A&M in the Armed Forces Bowl, which even though they're 6-6, they're still a 90 overall, so it's going to be a tough game. So far, this game has solidified that we can be a championship contender next year. Because even though Texas A&M may be 6-6, they're still in the SEC, the toughest conference in all of football, and they're 90 overall, so it's not an easy game, and we have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Gonna try to roll out here. Cabrera has room. He's gonna juke, get the first down to the 21. If we could get into the end zone here, I'd like our chances of winning this game. But before we do that, we have to convert this 3rd and 12. We have our tight end wide open over the middle of the field down to the 5. It looks like we're going to be able to score a touchdown here to seal the game with a pass to our tight end. He's in. 2-possession lead. That should be game. And 24-10 is how it would end. We finished the year with a bowl win and a 13-1 record with an American championship. I am concerned, though, about the talent we're going to be losing to the transfer portal next year. As you can see, there's a lot of players that want to leave because our conference prestige and brand exposure isn't high enough. And it looks like we are going to jump from a 2-star prestige school to a 3-star prestige school after that last win, meaning that recruiting-wise, we're going to have a lot more hours to spend, and we're going to be able to bring in a lot more high-quality talent. With our prestige increase, our conference prestige grade has also increased, so we only have 1 player wanting to leave because of conference prestige now. All in all, our players that are going to be transferring out actually aren't that bad. I thought there was going to be more, but we only have 7 players wanting to transfer. And the only player we were able to persuade to stay is a sophomore corner who is not going to transfer because of brand exposure, but he might transfer next year. On National Signing Day, we ended up signing 27 guys. Good for the 27th class in the nation with 9 4-stars, 18 3-stars. And once again, we are on top of the American in recruiting. And here in training results, as you can see, our team is very much improved. I believe that this is going to be the year to win it all with a 90 overall senior QB. Our running back room is also very much improved, as is our wide receiver room. We still don't have a ton of speed in here, though. And opening up this year on our schedule is number 8, Syracuse at home. And after our training results, our roster is up to a 86 overall. This year, to start out, we have 10 4-stars on our board, headlined by this 4-star gem wide receiver that has 89 speed, which is something we need in our wide receiver room. We don't have much speed. And with our very first game of the week in this video, we're going to hop into this game at Syracuse. And we're actually a higher overall, so we should be able to win. Well, here at the start of the fourth quarter, we're in a close one, 21-all. And Syracuse is lining up for a field goal on 4th and 1, which they do hit. And as a senior, these are the moments that Ramon Cabrera should live for. Gonna hand it off here on 1st down. Don't get much. 3rd and 10. We're gonna put it through the air here. Try to throw it up to our tight end. It's incomplete. But I'm aggressive. We're gonna go for it here. Our wide receiver gets wide open over the middle. And that's gonna be a big gain to convert on 4th and 10. Gonna try another handoff here. And our running back's gonna have room. I'm not even gonna try to say his last name. I have no idea how to say that. Just gonna throw the out route to our tight end here. He's got a little bit of room. That's gonna be a 1st down. Gotta remember, Ramon Cabrera does have legs if we choose to use it. We don't there on the read option. As long as we don't have a negative play here on 3rd and 6, we should at least be in field goal range. But I want the 1st. And we're going to be just short. And I think they're going to leave my slot wide receiver wide open. They covered him pretty well, actually. Ramon Cabrera is going to have to make a play, and he can't. But we're going to need our defense to come up huge now if we want a chance to win this game. And it's a read option. I wasn't ready for that. Here we are going to give up another good run play. It's going to be 2nd and 2 We need a negative play from our defense here. Hopefully force a third down, and we're not going to get it. It's been pretty easy for Syracuse to run on this drive. Hopefully we can change that now, and it does not change. They are destroying us. Their offensive line is. We're going to need someone to make a play here. And we get in for the sack. I would expect another passing play here, because I would assume they want to try to convert here. It's not full 2-minute mode yet. And that play was way more than I wanted to give up on 2nd and 16. So now we're at 3rd and 4. We're going to go through the air and have a guy wide open for the touchdown. We're going to need a quick score here if we want to win this game. And then we're going to need our defense to make a couple plays. We keep getting press coverage, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with it. With safety help, we might have a guy. And we catch it! What a throw! With this clock going under 3 minutes here, would like a quick score. That is a good throw. We get the first on the RPO. Gonna try to get in now on a read option, and we're gonna have the room up the middle. We're gonna need our defense to do a little bit more here than they did on our last drive, and that's not a good start at all. The game pretty much comes down to this play here. They're just gonna run 4 verticals. We have a guy there for the stop. That's a 4th down, and we still have a minute and 2 timeouts left. With 56 seconds and 2 timeouts, we need at least 3 to tie. And that's a pretty decent start. 9 yards. Would have liked to get the first there. We have to go no huddle and get back on the line. You have to check it down again, but this time we have a little bit more room and we can get out of bounds. We would have had a big play down the field, but we missed it. We have our tight end again though, and we're able to complete it this time. Down to the 27 with 18 seconds left. We're going to still be aggressive here. We want the touchdown to win. We're just going to run it with our QB. It's a decent game. I think we're going to have man coverage here. We'll see though. And our running back's going to get open. Can he make it to the end zone? Breaks a tackle and he's in! What a play by our running back to avoid the tackle and get into the end zone. We recognize the man coverage and we were able to capitalize on it. Now we just have to stop a Hail Mary attempt. And it looks like we're going to do just that. That is a big win for WSU to start out the year in week 0. So right now we are sitting at 3-0, the number 10 team in the country. And we've gotten a couple easy wins after our big week 0 win over Syracuse. And this is going to be a massive game against USF in week 5, because not only are they 3-1, but we also have 4 recruits coming this week on a visit. All 4 of these offensive players are coming on a visit this week, and some of these will decide if we land them or not based on this visit. We're feeling pretty confident here because we are 16 overalls higher, but we're still going to jump into this game just to make sure we win. And so far through 3 quarters, that 16 overall difference has shown we are up 26-0 with the ball with about 5.5 minutes left to go in this game. And it's really been our running back that's been carrying us so far with 92 yards and 3 touchdowns. But here we're just going to run it with Cabrera. Ramon Cabrera has some wheels, and that's a big run. But after that last run, I also saw Ramon Cabrera has 146 rushing yards as well. So it's clear this game we've really just been the more physical team and been able to just run it all over them, but we're going to get sacked there. After a couple more not so great plays, we are forced to try to attempt a field goal, and we're going to make it. And 29-0 is what the score would stay until we reach the end of the game. We got a massive shutout on a visit week, and that should really help us close out on some of those recruits. And after that game, we will get 4 commits, 3 of them being from the visit. Another one just committed because we've closed out on him without the visit. But unfortunately, this wide receiver, it looks like we could potentially lose to Maryland. And our next game is going to be on the road against number 19 UAB. But since we're 12 overalls better, I think I'm just going to sim this one and hope that we win and save a game to jump into for later in the season on a visit week. And that turned out to be the right move because we got the 45-31 win over UAB. And I said we were going to save our game to jump into for a visit week, but we have a visit week here against UTSA, but we're 20 overalls better, and we should just be able to win this game in sim as well. And I was right, as we got the 34-7 win. We just added what I believe to be our very first 5-star recruit of this video, Tyreek Wilbon, a middle linebacker. And aside from him, recruiting is going really, really well too. He was our 7th addition. We didn't really have to fight one for him. We were the only one who offered him a scholarship, so he was an easy landing, and he's a 5-star. So I am very glad we were able to do that. And not only is recruiting going well, if you look at the top left of your screen, we are ranked number 8 in the country, sitting at 9-0. And we've been doing it in convincing fashion as well. 31-10 win over Tulane, 38-6 win over Charlotte, 48-10 win over Minnesota. We're looking pretty good right now for a chance at the college football playoff. And we have closed out the year with 3 more wins: a win over East Carolina 42-10, Rice 45-13, and Navy 28-16. Somehow we dropped from number 8 to number 9, but we are sitting at 12-0, and we're going to be in the American Championship with, once again, UAB. And if you look at our recruiting board, we have signed literally every single player we wanted to go after. We lost one recruiting battle for a 4-star wide receiver to Maryland. But other than that, we were able to replace him with a different wide receiver. And we have filled every position need that we have. And as it sits right now, we have the number 9 class in the country. Here we are, once again in the American Conference Championship, playing 11-1 UAB with their one and only loss being to us. Can we give them their second here? Let's see. And unlike last year, we are playing this game at home. But it is pretty close right now in the 4th quarter. Only up 16-10, but we are threatening again in the red zone. But we have a 3rd and 5. Just 3 points here would go a long way. So the main thing is just don't turn the ball over. And we're going to do more than that and get a 1st down. I don't see any reason to not keep it on the ground right here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And a hole opens up the middle, and that's a touchdown. And after a very quick turnover on downs, our offense has the ball back again in the red zone. Our main objective here is just to run out the clock. A couple lackluster plays will be forcing us to kick a field goal, though. And it's good. UAB will be able to score another touchdown in garbage time. But it doesn't matter. We are the conference champions of the American Conference once again, and this time there will be no denying Wichita State of a college football playoff spot. But before we play our very first college football playoff game, we first have to look at some stats. Ramon Cabrera, 67% completion percentage, 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Not a ton of passing yards or touchdowns, but I believe that's because he ran for a lot more. And I was right. Rushing, Cabrera had 627 yards, 10 more touchdowns. Emmanuel Ihedigbo had over 1,000 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns. Receiving, we didn't have any 1,000-yard receivers, but we had a couple guys close to that and a couple 7-touchdown receivers. Defensively, once again, we had a guy get 9 sacks and someone else get 7. And we had a lot more interceptions this year than we have any other year, with 4 from 2 different guys. And in our very first college football playoff game of this series, we will be playing Miami on the road at Hard Rock Stadium. When I look at Miami's record, though, I think we kind of got gypped here. We're 13-0. Yes, they may have had a harder schedule, but they have 2 losses. We have 0. I believe that we should have this home playoff game. And here it is, our very first college football playoff game. Miami may have a 10 overall advantage, but I think we can pull it out and make a run to the national championship. Well, here in the 4th quarter, we are in a tight one with Miami. Down by 3 with 5 minutes to go. We're going to start with this out route to our tight end. And we're just going to throw it out quick to our running back. He's got some room. That's a 1st down. Going to get man here. Throw it out to our running back quick. He's got some room to run, and what a play. Forget what I said about giving him no time. We might score here. No, we aren't. We're down at the 4. Now I'd like to score quick, so if Miami does score, we can get the ball back. And we have our receiver open on the slant. What a catch, laying out for the ball. In this video, our defense has come up huge in these moments. Sometimes they've shrunk. This is one of the times we need him to come up huge. He's gonna throw the ball to start out the drive. He has a guy wide open 15 yards down the field. We need to try to be aggressive here. So if they do score, they score quick and we have time to answer. But that was a little bit easier than I would have liked. Well, we're in the same spot once again, but just with a little bit more time left. Tight ends wide open over the middle of the field. That's a 20-yard gain. Definitely have enough time to keep it on the ground here if we would like. We're just going to hand this one off, though, on the read option, and that's going to be a big play. That injury timeout for Miami, though, did not help us run any clock. So we're just going to hand it off once again here. It's going to be another solid run. Just 2 minutes to go in our very first college football playoff game as a program at Wichita State. Gonna throw it out quick to our zig. It's going to be a first down. 5 wide here, clock continuing to run. We have our receiver open over the middle of the field on the slant inside the 10. We're just going to keep letting the clock run down here. Get this to about 40 seconds before we snap this ball. And hopefully Cabrera can just cruise into the end zone on this QB run. Not quite, but maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. He's down to the 1, but we had an injury. Back on 3rd and goal. Clock ticking. We are going to go back to the QB run. We have the numbers in the box. 13, 12, 11, 10. Snap the ball. And we are into the end zone with 9 seconds left. It's going to be a touchdown game. And after the kickoff, there is just 1 second left. It looks like we're going to pull out the win over Miami unless something absolutely incredible happens here. He's going to throw it up. We've got 3 guys back there. There's no way. And it's going to be incomplete. We have won our very first playoff game as a program. And we are going to be playing USC in the Rose Bowl. And surprisingly, USC is only 3 overalls higher than us. So this game might be even easier as the last one. And we don't have to play on the road. Well, we kind of do. USC's in California. The Rose Bowl's in California. Wichita State is, in fact, not in California. So we are kind of playing on the road here, unfortunately. Lucky for us, though, this game does not factor that in, and this will be a split crowd between USC and Wichita State fans. And we find ourselves down once again in the 4th quarter, this time by 6, though. But I have full belief in our senior quarterback, Ramon Cabrera, that he can take us and bring us back in this game. That first down player is going to try to hand it off, and it's going to be a good run for about 15. This play here has worked out pretty well for us typically. And once again, we find our tight end wide open over the middle of the field. We're just going to throw this one out quick to our running back because it's man coverage and he's going to have room to run about a 20-yard gain. And unlike last game, this game, I'm just trying to score quick here and give ourselves a chance to strike back if USC scores. And it would be a touchdown, but I think it's going to call back. Yes, it is. It's going to be holding. We might be able to just hit our receiver out of the slot really quick here. Yes, we are. Approach is going to go down inside the 5. Unfortunately, this drive has maybe taken a little bit longer than I would have liked, down at around 3.5 minutes left, and we're going to drop that pass. Unfortunately here, we do have 4th and goal. We have a receiver open in the back of the end zone. It's caught. We're going to take a 1-point lead. It'd be really cool if our defense could get a stop here. I don't necessarily have my hopes up, though. That's a good start. It would be huge if we could get off the field. They're going empty. So we're going to send a couple extra guys, see if we can get someone to the quarterback. And he misses the throw. 4th down. And USC is punting to us. And I have no intention of letting them see this ball again. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left. If we can get 2 or 3 first downs, we could be advancing to the college football playoff semifinal, and that is a good start. Just go down, no fumbles. I'm thinking the RPO game could be our biggest friend. Get our receivers out in space and get some easy yards. On this play, though, we're just going to try a traditional handoff up the middle, and there's absolutely no one there. It's another first down. With no ways left to stop the clock, this game could be over with 1 more first down, and we're going to put the ball through the air here. Cabrera breaks a sack, and he's going to run for the first down, and that is game. We are moving on to the college football playoff semifinal. That is a huge 17-16 win over the 2nd-ranked USC Trojans. 1 more game left before we are in the college football playoff national championship. And in the Cotton Bowl, the college football playoff semifinal, we are playing number 11 ranked Oklahoma. We're actually ranked higher than them. Now, this is unfortunate because if you couldn't tell, I'm a little bit of an Oklahoma fan. But for the purposes of this video, we do need to beat them. And Oklahoma has an equal overall to us. This could potentially be our easiest game yet. For the very first time in this college football playoff, we enter the fourth quarter with the lead. Can we hold on to it? That's a decent start. I learned last game that running the ball could potentially just be the way to go. We've ran it well for most of this video, actually. We've pretty much always had a great run game. I don't see any reason to stop handing the ball off now. It's continuing to work, and that's another big run. I'm going to keep running this ball right at Oklahoma until they show us that they can stop it. Because they haven't shown me that they can stop it yet. We're going to try here to put the ball through the air. And I have a wide receiver wide open in the end zone, and he drops it. And after that, I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to hand this ball off again. And we should be able to get into the end zone. Yes, we will. That's a touchdown. We are now up 28-14. Hopefully our defense here with the lead can play comfortably and just relax and make some big plays. But that was not what we were looking for. We do have to recognize this game is not over yet. Just like us, Oklahoma wants this game just as bad. And I was right there, but I was too early. And now he's breaking tackles. And we get the sack. Now 2nd and 17. Oklahoma's behind the sticks and has to go no huddle. And that's a hole in the zone. That was a good find. Now on 3rd down, they were able to complete the pass. Now on 1st and goal, though, they were able to find a man in the end zone for a touchdown. That touchdown shouldn't matter, though, as long as we can continue to run the ball like we have been able to, and it looks like we will be able to. That's another good run. Gonna try to mix a little RPO in here, and they do commit to the run, and we're able to get 1st down on the bubble. So now we have to pass it, but I'm running dagger, which in this video has shown to me that this might be the greatest play in this game. Our tight end doesn't get as wide open as he sometimes does, but he hangs on for the 1st down catch. Gonna run another RPO here. It got picked off. That's not good. Worst case scenario, Oklahoma scores here and goes for 2 with no time left and wins. Would prefer that not to happen. I don't know why I went away from the run game when it's been working so well all game. But I did, and now our defense is on the field, and we need to stop. And that is not a stop. We're going to tie this game up. Now, Oklahoma did just go for the extra point and not the 2-point conversion. We're going to try to run the ball again, because why not? Should have just kept doing that. Going to try the read option here. And Cabrera is going to have a little bit of room to run. Need to be careful running with him, make sure he doesn't fumble. We do need to be careful here. The one thing we cannot have is a turnover. And sometimes I am susceptible to those. We're just going to try to run with Cabrera here, and he's going to be able to get the 1st down. Slide, do not fumble. We need to be aggressive but cautious here. No turnovers. If I turn the ball over here, realistically, I lose the game. And I just realized I still have 2 clock on. But we have a receiver open, and we have timeouts to spend as well. But now we are in a position where we can just hand the ball off. And I trust my kicking skills from here. And we just need to lock in and make sure that we make this kick with no time left. And we do it. We are going to the national championship with Wichita State. Now it's time to find out who our opponent will be in the national championship. We have to go past the players for the weekly awards first. It will be Georgia. That is not ideal. Our trend of progressively worse overalls did not stand true for this game. 97 overall, best team we played in this video. This is such a big game. It is the last game of Ramon Cabrera's career. And if we lose, we might have some rebuilding to do before we can get back to this spot. After 67 games, 45 wins, and on the back of one special quarterback, only one game remains: the College Football Playoff National Championship. And through 3 quarters, we have held our own, but as anticipated, I do need to play here in the 4th quarter and help us win this game. Cabrera, with his speed, gets a big gain. We need to keep the ball on the ground. We have learned that is our best weapon. Our line is really good, and we're able to get some big runs off it. Passing is just how we make mistakes and get sacked and have negative plays. Running, we're pretty good. We're doing really well with that. Not sure how well the run's gonna work here. There's quite a few people in the box, but we're gonna try it anyway. It's not gonna work. We are gonna go for the QB run here though. We have the numbers. Can we capitalize? Yes, we can. Tie ball game. 2nd and 3. We're sending a blitz. Hopefully we can force a negative play here. They're passing, and he hangs on to that somehow. Running some man coverage. We have not done much just straight man coverage without blitzes here in this video. And I mean, it worked pretty well right there until he had 25 yards of room to run. That worked so well, we're going to do it again. Cover 2 man. And I left the running back wide open. And we missed yet another tackle. Going to go back to the zone coverage here. 3rd and 7. Big play in this game. Defense, can it come up huge and bend but not break? It's a screen pass, and it's an incomplete pass. Georgia will have to kick a field goal. Would really like to get a 1st down, or at least close to it here, because I think we've all seen that this defense is not incredible. What a move by Cabrera, putting the team on his back. 4th and 1. We're going to go to our best play here on 4th down, or I was going to, but they're showing press coverage, or they're not going to give it to us, so we're going to have to put the ball through the air. But we're still going to run it anyway. Going to try to put the ball back through the air here. We have wide open. And what a throw from Ramon Cabrera. And that is your senior quarterback being clutch for you. There's nothing to do there. This clock is ticking down pretty quick. Would like to get in the end zone pretty soon. We have our tight end open wide open down the sideline. Here we are going back to 5 wide. Our best passing formation. And we're just going to run out of it and get 10. And we're going to get our hitch wide open on the left side. That's a touchdown. Wichita State takes the lead in the national championship. 4-point lead in the national championship. 2:46 to go. Can our defense come up huge? Getting stiff armed by wide receiver is not a great start. The man coverage worked earlier, so why not go back to it now? The biggest thing is just don't let the QB run. And it didn't work quite as well that time. So it's very unfortunate that I'm so bad at defense on this game, because things would be so much easier if I was actually good at it. 3rd and 6 here, nearing the 2-minute timeout. They are gonna, in fact, snap the ball, and we just let that wide open. I don't know why. Where's our flat there? I would like to be more aggressive though, because if they score, I want them to score quick, just like that, so we have time to strike back. Here it is. Can our senior quarterback, with all of his 4 years of experience, lead us down the field on a legacy drive in the national championship to win the game? Didn't start the drive out great, but we should have a pretty solid play to our running back here. Yes, we do. 40 or up to the 43. We do have to be mindful of the clock. We don't have a ton of time to work with, but we have enough to score a touchdown. We're just trying to keep some simple throws here. They kind of have a QB spy, but we're able to make the play on the run. Clock is ticking, but we do have to remember we have 3 timeouts that we can use. We're just going to run with Cabrera. He sees green grass. He's down to the 11. We're going to take a timeout. You would have to think if we score here, we are going to win the national championship, but we do have to score first. That's a good play. We're going to take another timeout. I'm not here to play this conservative. We're going for the touchdown here. Can we get it? The halfback's open. He catches it. He's in the end zone. That might be the national championship for your Wichita State Shockers. 7 seconds left. We have to hold Georgia, not let them get a touchdown. 3 seconds away from greatness. 3 seconds away from a 17-0 season. And that pass is going to be incomplete. Wichita State has won the national championship. We have restored Wichita State football. National champions. Ramon Cabrera has etched his name in history for this program. 4-year starter. Took us to the Natty. Won it all. What a player. What a special player.